Hi guys. So I am back today because I have a quick unboxing to do, and I wanted to give you a tip that I just realized on how to get some free books and stuff like that about whatever subject you're interested in. So the unboxing I'm really excited about. This deck was one that has been talked about quite a bit, that I know Simon has been on his channel, The Hermit's Cave, talking about, and is really excited about this deck. And so I kind of went on the hunt to look for this deck. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is how to find a deck when it has just kind of gone out of print or has sold out or something. There's always ways to kind of find a deck, not every deck, but the deck that I am talking about is the Next World Tarot, which I saw a lot of people say can't find it anymore. It's out of stock, and they aren't releasing the second one until later on. So I kind of went on the hunt, and one of the things I have to say that you can do is start with the creator's website, and a lot of times they will have a list of the individual stores that stocked their deck, and then go to the individual stores to see if you can find a copy of it still in one of the individual stores. That is how I got this deck. Blue Stockings Bookstore, which I'll try to, I know people have a fit when you show your address. I don't really care, but in New York City, and I think they have more than one location, but the Blue Stockings Bookstores in New York City is where I got my copy. And it was on the creator's website, the individual stores that she had stocked to. So I went through and looked at a couple of them, and it took me not very long really to find it. The other thing you can do is check your local stores, and not just local, but individual stores that are known for having decks that are independent decks. So Everyday Magic is a good one. They have an actual store, and they stock a lot of that stuff after the creator may not have any more copies left. I got a couple of, I think I got the Antique Anatomy Tarot, and a couple from Black in the Moon, Oracle of the Oddities. I got one of the Oracle of the Oddities from Everyday Magic. But there are lots of bookstores and metaphysical shops around the world, and if you go to their individual websites and check and see if they have independent decks, you can ask them if they have any. You can look up on their stock list. So that is one way that you can get it. Now, I'm really excited about this deck, so I am going to go through just a little bit because I was really excited to get this deck. And I have to say, I am shocked at how big it is. I know that Simon had said that on his video, but it's funny, until you get the deck in your hands, I don't think you realize how big this deck is. I have big man hands, and so the fact that this deck is really that big is amazing. And I think that's really good, because I don't know about you guys, but the older I get, the harder it is to see stuff. And I need to pull my glasses out, and so I was really excited to get this deck because I've never seen a deck that is this inclusive, as far as it has all different colors of people, all different abilities of people, all different sexual orientations of people. I just was so excited to see that this deck I just love it. I really love it, and I'm really excited to have it in my hands. The backs are gorgeous. They are glossy, but the cardstock seems very good. Now, because it's such a big deck, it's not going to be an easy deck to shuffle. So it may be one of those decks that you just really kind of lay out and move your cards around on the floor and then shuffle up and down. It's not going to be an easy shuffler for sure. I'm trying to get to the majors because there was a few specific cards that I just fell in love with this deck. So I'm really, really, really happy to have gotten my hands on this deck. Even to have the World card as a male figure there that is so stunningly gorgeous, different. It's something to study, and really makes me stop and look at it and decide how that I feel about that, what that means to me. They are just stunningly beautiful cards. Because they're so big, that means you get that bigger image. Yes, they have borders on, but these borders don't bother me. I don't know if it's because it's a bigger deck or they just really blend in to the whole. Look at that moon card. So gorgeous. The star. Like I said, the inclusivity of this deck is amazing. Here's Revolution. The Devil card. Justice is not blind when silence equals profit. Temperance. Gorgeous. The colorings are gorgeous. The images are very thought-provoking. There's Death. They're different. They are... I absolutely adore this deck, and I am so happy to have found it. Justice, which you all know as a Libra, Justice is huge to me. This card is always one of the first I look at. And just stunning. The Wheel of Fortune. The Hermit card. Now, Simon did spend a lot of time on this card. Really beautifully done. Strength. I love her. Oh, love her. How wonderful is it that all shapes and sizes, that you have some bigger people like me, and you have some smaller people too. The fact that they all can try to be comfortable in their skin. And I will be honest with you, the Lover's card, this is the card that made me go, okay, I have to have this deck. The fact that you can look at yourself, that you're coming through the mirror to accept yourself, that this is not a little person. You know, I have some of that fat coming down too, especially after, you know, when you have surgery, and I had a hysterectomy. There's not a whole lot you can do. I don't care if I was as active as I want to be, which I'm not, but that line is always going to be there for me. And to look at that, sometimes you think, oh God, it's just not attractive to me. And then sometimes you're like, no, you know what, fuck it. I am beautiful, and I know that. But that acceptance of self, that is absolutely one of the cards I needed to have in my life. Just a beautiful statement card. I love, love, love. So the whole deck, though, is, look at this gorgeous Empress. That is such a beautiful card, and just speaks volumes. The Magician. And the Fool. So very, very happy I did get the book with it. So happy to have my hands on this deck. Really, really happy. Okay, so the other tip that I wanted to give you all was, I didn't realize it, but I am a member of Goodreads, goodreads.com. And actually, I became a member a couple years ago because when I started to grow my library, they have a way to put shelves on the online, and so you can put your entire library into this this app, Goodreads, and separate it into different shelves and put a wish list on. And that really helped me when I was going to thrift stores and stuff to look at books, and I couldn't remember, do I have this copy? Sometimes you have trilogies and stuff, and I'm like, I know I'm missing one book, but I can't remember if it's the second or third, or I started out so it was a way for me to keep track of what books I had and what books I still needed. They also have, and you have friends that can recommend you books. You put your reviews down of the books. I really like this site. It's a big site for me because it keeps track of everything, including your tarot decks. Now, I know people were talking about, and I thought, oh, maybe I need to do that to make a card catalog or something of what tarot decks I have. But I forgot that I really can do that already. I have that on Goodreads because that is one of my shelves, is tarot and oracle decks. So I don't need to do that. I have everything on there. I don't really look at the numbers that are on there, but I do have it on there. One of the things that they do, though, is that they have all kinds of book giveaways. And so I think they're like contests, and I believe they're called giveaways. And they have like 100 every month of authors that are coming out with their books, and they give out either a print copy of the book, or a lot of them now are in Kindle form, in Kindle or Nook or whatever you have online, or on your phone on the app. They're giving out 100 copies of their new book, and what they want you to do is to read the book and give an honest review. And if you can go back on and give a review, that's very helpful for a new author, or for an author, who has a new book coming out. So I had done some of these giveaways, and all you have to do is click on it, read the description of the book. If it's something you're interested, you click yes, put me in the giveaway. I had done some of these, and I'm terrible with my emails. I don't check my emails very much, which drives my husband crazy. But I hadn't really checked into had I won any of them. And so I did that because I got in the mail this week, the day before yesterday, I got this book in the mail yesterday. And I didn't recognize it, and I didn't recognize it as, I didn't recognize where it had come from. Well, I had won a print copy of a book from one of the giveaways that I had done on Goodreads. It's called Orope, the White Snake. It says, congratulations on winning an advanced copy of my novel. I'm so excited for you to enter the world of the Whispers of the Gods. Orope will be released officially on June 5th. And until then, I'm doing everything I can to get people interested in my foray into the Bronze Age. So I must ask you a favor. If you liked my book, let the world know. Leave a rating and review Goodreads on Amazon. Recommend Orope to a friend, or follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I can't do this without you, so thank you in advance, Guinevere Lee. Which was very nice. I thought, well, that's really great. And this is the first time that I've gotten a print copy. So I did go onto Goodreads then and click on giveaways, and you can look and see, have I ever won books before? And apparently I had won a whole bunch of Kindle books, and they put it right into your Kindle, and I of course never noticed. And that's it, you suddenly have the book. And I'm a print copy girl, but I do have a Kindle and stuff, because there's a lot of books that I probably will only read once, and if it's not a pagan-y kind of book, sometimes you get into romance novels once in a while, or that kind of thing, and I don't need to have a copy of those kind of books. I'll read them once and then never go back to them again. My pagan-y books I like to use for references, and I read several times and stuff. So that is the tip, is to go on Goodreads and enter the giveaways, because that's a great way to increase your library. I am going to just quickly mention what this book is about, because it looks really interesting. It comes out June 5th. I have not read it yet, and I'll do an actual review of it when I do read it. But it says, "We were the first and we will be the last. The whisperers of the gods have seen the visions, the gods destroying the world in a flood because the old ways have been corrupted and forgotten. 3 are chosen, Tersh, Kareth, and Shadi, to go out and warn the world. The gods must be appeased. In Orope, the white snake, Tersh must leave her children and travel to Mataway, the kingdom in the mountains. She also must care for Kareth and keep him out of trouble. Kareth, told since birth that he is destined for greatness, has been expecting this moment. Certain that he is ready, he quickly discovers that his confidence and curiosity have a tendency to lead him into dangerous situations. Shadi finds himself traveling alone to find the people of the jungle in Petsahula. The jungle seems like a paradise until he discovers the darker rituals practiced within. Samaki is a merchant who returns to Mahat to find his home destroyed, his father dead, and no one to buy his expensive cargo. With his first mate, Tyarki, the merchant struggles to move forward after his entire world has been upended. The stories of these 4 travelers intersect and entwine with each other as they move towards their destinations. Guided by visions, the whisperers must use their wits to survive in these strange new lands that would rather use them as political pawns than listen to their warnings." So for me, I was really excited because this sounds like a great pagan-y kind of fiction book, and it's got really small writing, so this is going to be a glasses book for me for sure. And it even, wow, cool, it says Habitat for Humanity and Morgan James Fiction on the back, so I wonder if she gave some of the profits to Habitat for Humanity. And it says a read time of 335 minutes. I wonder how they know what my read time is. So I'm really excited that I got a print copy of a book, and it's, something that I'm interested in, so I'm excited to do that. And I just wanted to share with you guys that was a great way to do books. When I went back on and finally looked at all my giveaways, I think there was like another 10 books that I had won just through the Kindle app, and so are now on my Kindle app, and I can go reference them and start reading them anytime I want. I thought that was great. Hopefully you guys are having a great week weather-wise. We are, I'm so glad spring is finally here. Our Lilac Festival actually starts this weekend, and the lilacs are not out yet. Actually, my lilac bush is behind us, and I see one kind of starting to grow. But they're not really out yet because it took so long for spring to get here. But the Lilac Festival around here has people come from all over the world really to come to our Lilac Festival, because we have gorgeous lilacs, but they do all kinds of entertainment, and they have vendors and all kinds of stuff. So I think I'll probably I might go one day this weekend, and but really go back when the lilacs really bloom. There's nothing like that smell of walking through all the lilac bushes. There's a park that has all of them together, and just that's my favorite smell in the world. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I am having a very good week this week, and yay! Many blessings.